Hi, my name is Barry Goldman. I decided to do this class because I just wanted to learn a little bit more about fixing electronic gear and fixing my own stuff, building some new stuff. So for my project, I decided to make a clone of a polyfusion envelope follower. Um, so this is my clone, as you can see. I've actually never done anything on perf board before, so I figured this would be a nice starting project. It's a fairly simple schematic, and it works pretty well. You got to do a couple more touch-ups, but I thought it was quite successful. I thought the class was great. I was pretty relaxed. He really got into different types of components and a little bit makes you feel a little bit more familiar with circuit boards and signal flow and being able to take a schematic and actually build something out of it and kind of have an idea of what you're doing. Learning how to test and troubleshoot. Yeah, I really enjoyed it very much.
Howdy. My name is Noah Keating. My project was a filter bank that I began but did not finish, and I ended up repairing my Juno 60 synthesizer. I bought this MIDI kit for it. I had attempted the installation on my own, and in the process bricked my synth, and Jeff led me through the debugging and troubleshooting of the circuitry, and I think we've figured out what the problem was and ordered some chips, and we're going to fix it. I had a great experience in the class. I sort of came in thinking that I knew a lot. It was some hotshot because I'd done some Arduino projects, and really realized how little I knew and how deep the rabbit hole goes. Pretty interesting stuff. Jeff definitely knows a lot about this, and it's really great being able to get a pretty direct transmission of knowledge. So I hope to continue coming here and learning stuff and making stuff, and I feel like I at least have a basis for being able to start designing some of my own boxes and circuitries and pieces of things that do things.
Hey there, this is Michael. We're just finishing up the tech mentorship here at the Analog Lab. It's the last day, which is kind of bittersweet because it's been such a joy to come here twice a week for the last, 12 weeks. I started learning about electronics about 4 months ago, and then found this class and came. So I came from relatively very little experience in my background. And I also had the need to find a way to have a career that sits alongside my music, so I needed to basically shore up some skills and find an area to build myself a career. So I kind of had a lot going on when I began, and I didn't really know where I was going to go. So Jeff Blankensop, who's the mentor, who is truly a maestro, was amazing at helping me sort out those problems, pick a direction, and then to begin to move in that direction. And at this point, I've started a business working on guitar effects pedals, restoring and repairing vintage effects pedals. And I feel pretty well prepared. Actually, I just can't think of that it would be possible for me to be better prepared to embark on this journey than having been through this class and having had Jeff as a mentor. It's really an amazing class. There's a true vision to the class, and it's an overview. The arc of the class is an overview, and you get really important details throughout the whole class. And Jeff, as a teacher, does an amazing job of keeping the class focused so that we don't get too sidetracked, because he has the vision. He knows what we're going to be doing over the course of the whole mentorship, and so all you have to do is trust him and it comes together in the end, and you feel like you have this complete education, and you're ready to really embark on the practical aspect of getting out into the world and starting to use your skills. A couple other things about Jeff as a teacher. He is extraordinary at communicating different aspects of electronics in a way that sort of the person like me who has little experience and a person who may have a lot of experience can get something from all of his teaching. For example, in our class we had 6 people, and we all came from wildly different backgrounds. We had different ambitions for the class and different levels of experience, and he did an incredible job of making every class relevant to all of us. And in the times when we were working on our individual projects, we all got involved with each other's projects, and we all learned more than we would have learned if we had just been focused on our little areas. That's a really wonderful part of the course.
Hi, my name is Stephen Lind. My project was a pocket-sized, battery-powered headphone amp for a contact microphone. Amplifies incredibly quiet sounds, very loud on objects that you physically attach the microphone to. And I just wanted to make a headphone amplifier for one, so that I could just walk around and attach it to just objects in my everyday life and listen to them amplified. I had a great time. I learned a lot. I came in knowing a lot about digital electronics and microcontrollers and stuff, but not much about analog. And I came in with a lot of questions, and I think Jeff answered pretty much all of them. I'm very confident in my analog circuit making abilities after this class. So I'm really happy I took it. Just going over a lot of the most basic analog circuitry, Jeff did a really good job of explaining that. And I know that stuff is not easy to explain. Jeff really clarified a lot of things that I never understood before about just like basic analog components like resistors, capacitors, power sources, stuff that I vaguely could work with, but that I didn't fully understand what it was doing. He filled in a lot of gaps in my knowledge.
Hello, my name is Owen O'Neill. I took this course over the last, 3 months, and my project was to repair a Profit 5 version 3.2 and hopefully do a MIDI retrofit on it, which I'm pretty close to doing. And yeah, quite honestly, the experience has been absolutely fantastic. I've got a bit of a background in audio, did a bit of a degree in it, and background in physics and electronics, but it's one of these things where what Jeff was able to do was connect the dots for me. Like, even though I work in a studio and all these pieces, throughout my years and throughout my learning, there's always been portions of it where it's like, oh, don't worry, you don't need to understand that, it just works. And you just kind of accept it and you move on. And Jeff is really something more to that, where it's basically, no, this does exactly this part of the circuit at that point. And it's actually come around for wherever I've had broken gear before in a studio. I'm just like, all right, well, I can't see anything obviously wrong with it, so let me just send it out. Let me just pop it here, pop it there. And quite frankly, with what Jeff's done is he's helped me get to a point where, no, I can go, all right, no, let me look at all those passive components. And actually, there's probably something wrong here. Let me get my meter out. And it's really, really helped him in that way. And he's kind of a brilliant fellow that he's got a lot of knowledge within his head. And he's not afraid to tell you when you got it wrong, and do so in a very forceful way, which is good. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I got. Take the course, please.
I'm Andy Burton. I just took the Tech Mentoring course with Jeff Blinkensopp. My project was to restore a Roland JX3P, so an old, early '80s analog synthesizer. I'd had it for many years and it was broken, and I'd always wanted to fix it. And it was kind of the easiest project. It was a good starting point for me, learning how to fix things. I have a lot of old synths that are in various stages of disrepair, and so this was a good starting point for me. And so I learned, in the course of the project, I learned the basics, transistors, diodes, etc. Learned the basic architecture of synths and how they work. And then for my project, I did a modification on it. I greatly expanded the capabilities of what the JX3P can do. And I didn't finish it. I wasn't able to fix everything that was wrong in the time that I had, but I will in the next week or two. Coming in, you can come in after the class is over and finish anything you didn't finish, which is a great thing. I really enjoyed everybody else's projects too. People were, building. There were people who were designing really interesting uses of the Arduino, which is a technology I just found out about. And I got to learn what's actually happening from Jeff. Jeff was talking about what the actual future is of music technology, which is not something you read in Keyboard Magazine or any other. I mean, I really got a great insider scoop on it, and I mean, from an analog purist kind of perspective, which is great. I don't know what else to say about it, but he was quite entertaining, and it was great to just swap stories with him and to swap stories with all the other participants, and we had a great time. I learned an awful lot. It made my brain hurt a lot, in a good way. I got better with a soldering iron than I've ever been, and I hope to continue to come here and fix stuff and learn more and maybe do more innovative electronic stuff.